This will be your midsummer real estate market update. We'll talk about inventory, talk about rates, and let's see if we can figure out, is it a buyer's or a seller's market, and how is that going to shape the rest of the year? All that and more. All that starts now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Living in Oregon. My name is Seth Marchant with the Home Team Brokers, licensed broker in the state of Oregon. It's a great day for a walk and talk. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the real estate market today, give you an update here. Actually, every day has been a great day for a walk and talk recently. Coming to you today from Lake Oswego, Oregon. I don't know if you've been following the weather much here lately, but here's what the weather app has looked like on my phone recently. Well, that comes through, but that's pretty much how the weather's looked here around the Portland metropolitan area for about the past 2 months. Pretty incredible. We usually don't see consistent sunshine like that until July, which as I'm shooting this, it's a couple days until July here, so when you see this, we'll be heading right into July. Normally May and June have quite a bit of overcast, quite a bit of rain. Well, there's only been a couple of days of rain that I recall in the last few months. And I know a lot of you watching this are from outside of the state, so maybe you're not totally familiar with the weather. Obviously, we're known for our rain. So for you people that live here, can you ever recall having this much sun? And for you people that are moving from outside of the area, I wanted to point that out for you people that are maybe apprehensive about all of the rain. Things continue like this, might not be so bad. And also for all of you people that are maybe escaping the heat too, because we do get quite a few calls from people in Arizona, Texas, Nevada, California. We've helped people relocate from those states just recently, all those states in the past few months. And a lot of those people oftentimes will tell us that they're coming here to escape the heat. Now, we're not going to contend with a Tucson or a Las Vegas or like a San Antonio, but might not be the escape that you thought it was going to be. You can see there on the weather app, we got 90s coming up here and probably 100s shortly after, which in the past we really didn't get up until the hundreds very often. All right, so enough about the weather, I digress there. Let's talk now about the real estate market. All right, so first thing, inventory. Inventory has really dominated the narrative for the past couple of years. Low inventory, low rates equals an ultra competitive market. So if you watch our most recent video, inventory was at 1.9 months. That has not changed since then, since the most recent data has come out. Still at 1.9 months of inventory. So inventory has actually not gone up in the last few months. If you recall last fall, interest rates hit their high for the year, just over 6%, and then inventory really started to build up at the end of last year. We were wondering at the beginning of this year what things were going to look like, because the market kind of started off a little bit hot and it looked like inventory was going to start to build up, but then it really started to slow down, and a lot of that is due to the newest rates. Rates now are just over 7%, so not compelling most of those homeowners to move that are locked into those lower rates. I've seen some statistics recently on that. Something like over 80% of homeowners in the United States have something like a 4% or under interest rate. So a lot of homeowners with their rates that they don't want to lose, and buyers having to stomach this higher rate than they've seen probably ever for a lot of buyers, right? At just over 7%. The rates were at 6% for a long time, so a lot of people were shopping online at a 6% rate. A lot of people already shopping at the top of their budget. So now that we're up into the 7% rates, I think it's taken people a little bit of time to make that adjustment, get used to how they might be able to afford that monthly payment, or they might have to readjust what it is that they're looking for in a property. So I think that's what we're seeing right now. The market has really kind of slowed down. Now, month over month, sales are up, pendings are up, new listings are up, but year over year, everything is way down. And new listings just haven't been coming to the market fast enough for us to actually build up that inventory. So it's kind of a funny market right now in that low inventory, higher rates, but there's still enough buyers out there to keep it competitive. So people are still running into multiple offer situations and having to compete with other buyers and make certain concessions. And some people are still even paying over asking. So the market for a lot of people right now, I'm sure, feels pretty funny because rates being higher, inventory being low, but still running into some of that competition out there. It does feel like the market, like I said, is kind of slowing, and where rates go is really going to impact what the rest of this year looks like. There is speculation that we're at the top now and that rates might come back down again. I don't think that the CPI is where the government wants it, according to what they've said in the past. But they did announce that at least for now, they were done raising rates. So it is possible that we might see rates go down here in the near future. Now, I can't imagine what the market's going to look like if we get down to 6 or 5 or even 4% rates again, given that it's still competitive with buyers out there. And it's really mostly just competitive around that average price point, which for Portland is like mid fives, maybe a little bit less, 530, 540, something like that right now. So I was talking to a lender this morning, a $550,000 house. If you wanted to do a 2-1 buy down, meaning the first year your rate would be 2 points lower, the second year your rate would be 1 point lower, cost about $12,000 for the seller. That would lower your monthly payment for the buyer for that first year by about $700. So that's what a lot of people are looking at right now. I would definitely be cautious with those variable rate loans, because again, that mortgage payment is going to go up. And you know, if I had to guess, I would bet that rates are going to go down, but it's definitely not a given that rates are going to go down in the next 1 to 2 years. It's possible that they won't. Now, with all that being said, competition right now for buyers is probably about as low as it's been in recent years. So it's really just buyers having to contend with those higher rates. If you're a seller that's thinking about selling right now, you're probably hoping for some lower rates here in the next few months. You might have a little bit better luck listing next year. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I always say, don't try and time the market. The experts always get it wrong. You're not an expert. You're probably going to get it wrong too. Move when you want to move when you need to move when you're supposed to move when you're ready. That's typically my advice. I will say though, at this point, it's been as close, just in general, broadly speaking, to a buyer's market as we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. So for the rest of this year, I would expect more of the same, in that don't anticipate a whole lot of new listings coming to the market. So we're still going to continue to have low inventory. People still need to move, so there's still going to be some competition for buyers even when we have those 7% interest rates. I would say as a buyer, just remember there are options for you. If that monthly payment is too high, it can be bought down. It doesn't have to just be for the first year or just for the second year either. And right now, sellers are probably going to give you about as many concessions as they have in the past few years. So for buyers, it's probably mostly just really figuring out how you can contend with and deal with that interest rate that most buyers are not used to. You know, the consumer behavior for buyers is a lot different than it used to be due to the internet. When somebody thinks about buying a home, they typically go online and start going to Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, and just online shopping for houses well before they're ready to. Oftentimes 6, 7, 8, 9 months before they're actually ready to take the next steps and getting pre-approved or actually getting with a broker to figure out what their next steps are. So because of that kind of longer process, that longer cycle that didn't used to exist, because before the internet, the realtors were the gatekeepers, so you had to go to the realtor if you wanted information. People are taking longer, I think, to adjust to those interest rates. People kind of got used to 5 and 6% interest rates. Don't think they're used to 7% yet. I don't think people have made the adjustment to either figure out how they can make that monthly payment or adjust what it is that they're looking for. Now, if you're looking for new construction, builders do have quite a few incentives right now, whether it's to help you with closing costs, to give you design credits, or to help you buy down that rate. So if you can get over the interest rate, now it's probably about as good of time as there's been for buyers in the past 2 to 3 years. If you have more questions about this, if you have questions about the market, if you're just thinking about taking the next steps and moving to Oregon and you're not sure where to start, you need a lender, whatever it may be, you can call us, text us, email us, or you can click the link below in the description if you want to schedule a Zoom call with us. And if you want to see more videos about what it's like to live in Oregon, especially videos that are also going to cover the real estate market as real estate brokers, as much as we like making these videos, we'd love to help you even more. So if you're somebody like that, please subscribe to us, tap the bell, that way you'll be notified. And if this video helped you, give us a like. Also, feel free to leave a comment. We'll reply back. And until next time, take care, everyone.